YouTube, we're back. We're at the cheap Lease. Drove down, got in late last night. Got everything loaded up last night. We're out here early this morning. And Garrett is on his way. Garrett's the guy that I told y'all in the last video that we were going to, I had a surprise for y'all and somebody that's going to be joining the channel. He's on his way. He's bringing his tractor and we're going to try to get some stuff done at this property. I stopped and got me some breakfast and we're out here. We've only got today, Saturday, so we're going to try to get done as much as we can before he's got to go back home. He's a firefighter, so shout out to all the firefighters and first responders, everybody like that. We appreciate what y'all do. So we know how hard of a job you've got, but nevertheless, we're going to try to get some stuff done to the property today. I think we're going to try to get maybe back over in here closer to the 4-lane. I done a little bit of walking and it does look like there's some good sign over there. I picked out a tree. We're just going to do a small Hidey hold food plot. You know, I think I told you on the last video, I think this up here and this thick stuff is where they're bedding. So we've got to try to play the cards to our advantage, because accessing the property that way, if they're bedded up here, that's going to be kind of tough with access. So we're going to try to have a food plot up here closer to the road that we can get slipped in and slip out without being winded or blowing anything out. And then back here behind me where those taller trees are, there's an open place back there next to the creek. I think we're going to try to get a food plot back there, or just try to get back there. Right now we don't have any way of getting back there other than just walking through this thick stuff. And then to access the back side of the property, the road has washed out over the last few years. So I brought down a culvert with me yesterday and we're going to try to push that culvert in the ditch and cover it up so that we can start getting some equipment back there. Nothing big. I know we said this was going to be cheap, but you guys, you can rent equipment anywhere. Or if you've got buddies with equipment, it's cheap. It's like 350 bucks a day to rent a tractor with a bush hog. So we're still remaining under that budget. We don't really have much of a budget. We're just trying to do everything as cheap as possible. So yeah, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna try to get some stuff done before he gets here. I know the road going back to the back side needs some branches and stuff cut out of the way so he's not tearing his tractor all to hell whenever we are going back there. But my big back got some breakfast. I'm about to go eat it before I get started. God, that's good. Hopefully this gas can will open. Hit the ground running and try to get as much done as we can. So once we get to a stopping point, we'll regroup and I'll get introduce y'all to Garrett. So this is his tractor. We're gonna see what we can get done.
Had to come all the way in the center to the center part of shit. Fuck this. I told everybody, like, if you can get to where you can talk to a camera like I'm talking to you,
Yeah.
shit, you're golden.
I know.
But It's a lot harder than you think. It really is. It's like I'm talking to myself.
Now you see how I feel trying to do it by my...
Cut 4. So we just cut a main trail back into the center of this property here. We took the easiest lane I could find. It's really thick, great bedding. We even found a bed right here. We'll show you in just a second. But we came to this open area right here where I think it's going to be the perfect food plot for this property. It's so thick around us, and this is the only open area on this side of the property. It's not big, but we're going to try to get it as big as we can, and you'll see. We'll show you through it. There's a big tree back there. We're going to try to get a lane all the way back there, and make lanes in here that we can shoot. But if you want to come over here, here's the trail we came in. We ain't going to use this for access, but we're going to use it as we come in and work. I don't know.
Feed, corn.
For sure.
Basically just to get the side-by-side back here. Our main access, what we're thinking is we're going to cut in just like a walking trail through the pine thicket. And with the pine needles, you're going to be quiet. You're not loud, and we're going to be able to slip straight into the stand and then straight back out. So we're not coming in and circling down below our food plot if there's deer above us, or somewhere from the food plot back. We don't want to access through that, because then you're going to be blowing your deer out that could potentially be funneling into the food plot, whether it's morning, evening, whatever it may be.
Fine, we've seen in this area that because it's so thick you can't get to it. So I think this area right here has got potential for sure, by all means. We're going to make this the biggest food plot we can make it right here. I know it's real thick, it's kind of small, but we got to use what we can do here. I mean, we ain't got big stuff, we ain't got big tractors. We're just going to have to do as much handwork and stuff as we can, work this as big as we can, and hopefully we'll have a producing food plot for sure. So let's get to it. Here's another thing too, like if this one doesn't produce in the first year, we might have a totally different, well, and another thing that I was thinking is with that creek bottom being back there, because the pH up here is going to be terrible. Up here?
Yeah.
Did they spray this? Do you know?
So they burned it after they got done, which is good.
Yeah.
The food plot on the back 50, there wasn't like any of these kind of trees or anything like that. So there was no leaf dropping trees over there. And that's why the soil was so bad. But I think it's going to be kind of the same up here. But back there on the creek, where it floods and everything and it washes that silt out, I think we're going to have a pretty good chance of getting a food plot to come up back there without having to lime or fertilize or anything like that. But
sweet. Yeah, I think this right here is going to do good. I really do.
Yep, this tree, we're hoping to get a stand up in this tree. I think this is one thing that people overlook whenever they're doing food plots, is they don't plan, like for us, this tree is going to be good because if we could get, if that'll focus, we'll be able to get a lock on right here and hang a saddle off the back and be able to have 2 people in this tree to be able to video and film. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people overlook whenever they're doing food plots, is they'll just look for the easiest place to put a food plot, and then once they get it done, they're like, well shit, we don't have any good trees to get in. But we got started. I don't know if y'all can tell, Garrett's a little camera shy. He has never talked to the camera, so it can be a little intimidating, especially when you got 2 special need kids out here trying to make a food plot. But if we've got a trail already in here, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to turn this around. I didn't think about that. I gotta go out and I'm gonna grab the mic for the drone. I'm gonna get the drone up so that y'all can see a little bit better of what turn this camera around. I'll show y'all the trail. And we're stuck. That four-wheel drive locked in. Guys, before we got this tractor back here and started mowing this was pretty much unaccessible. Like the briars and stuff were, I mean, you can see how thick it is. This stuff was not accessible at all. There's definitely something dead back there. That stinks. Then back out here, this is kind of like the hub of the property, I guess you could say. We're gonna cut all these pines down and we're gonna cut all these pines down and kind of make this like the parking area where we can get trailers in here and turned around. We're gonna do that later though. Came out here to grab the drone. God dang, I'm fat. Grab the drone, and then Garrett said he's got a mic in here that you can hook the mic to the drone. That's gonna be good for what we're doing, because you're not gonna be able to hear anything that he's saying. This stuff over here is way too thick to bush hog. So we're gonna try to maybe just push a road over there and just see how far we can get. All right, we got this somewhat cut out back here. I'm gonna get the drone up and fly it a little bit better, but Garrett's got to leave tonight, so we're gonna go over and try to get this next side, or at least the road, back to where we want to do this second food plot while we've got the tractor. So, but we've got some more. We've definitely got some handwork to do back here, but we're probably going to do that in another video. Right now we're just trying to get everything done with the tractor that we can while we've got it. So this back here, starting to get this opened up. I don't think you guys can quite grasp in the video how thick, nasty this is. I mean, it's just like, there's no way you could have walked back here. There's no possibility. And this is what the whole back corner of the property looks like. We were going to try to get across the creek and do our food plot on the other side of the creek, but once we got back here and seen how good this looks with these big trees back here, we're just going to do it on this side of the food plot. And the deer are crossing the creek everywhere, like everywhere on the creek that we've looked, they're crossing. So we're thinking that they're just going to cross the creek and get food at the same time. They're going to get their water, food, everything's going to be right here next to them. And I think that they're bedding on the other side of the creek. So we're going to try to get this knocked down some. It's about 3:30 now, and Garrett's going to leave it dark. So probably not going to do super good detailed videos on what's going on back here, but once we get it opened up, we'll be able to show y'all everything that we've done. So try to go back to that tree, to this tree. We're going to try to get rid of some of these briars just to get rid of them. And then that big live oak is going to be in the plot. And then we're going to go down to that next big oak and then just come all the way up the creek. All right, just got the culvert in. We're going to start trying to cover it up so we can get back here to this back property. I'm taking a piss. Thoughts with Jet. How cool is it going to be if we just kill like a freaking 300-inch whitetail out here? Probably not going to happen, but it might. You never know. We about across the creek. So Garrett's getting her slicked up. It ain't pretty, but nevertheless, we're across the creek. No more walking. All right, we're gonna bush hog some roads. This other side already has stuff that's roads, so we're gonna bush hog them and then see about maybe somewhere to put a food plot over here. So we'll pick y'all back up. We can find something out. Check this shit out. We've got a road across the creek. Finally. Now we can get back in here and see what we're going with. All right. I'm just doing a little bit of walking while Garrett's down. He's going to try to get that road bush hog down there. But check out the size. Check out the size of that thing. I mean, that's nothing crazy. I've definitely seen bigger, but for South Georgia, I mean, he's wrapping all the way around that thing. Check that right there. That's deer hair. This is what our property backs up to. I don't know what their plans are with this over here. Looks like they might have turned it. I don't know if they're going to try to farm it or what they're going to try to do with it, but we're thinking that this over here is destination at night, coming to and from. And on our property, these are all open hardwoods back in here. And then right over there is some of the thickest pines that I've ever been in. And that road that we're thinking about planting goes straight down the middle of it. So you've got a great transition line over there for thick cover. And then you've got all these open hardwoods with oaks and a whole bunch of different oaks in it. And we're thinking we're gonna put a food plot down that road, just something small. And we're thinking that they're probably bedding on us. And over there in the thick, and then all the way across the back side of the property, there's a big bottom, high stem count bottom. Got all kinds of greenbrier, everything like that. So we're thinking that if we can get a food plot in here and be able to get in and out clean, that they're going to stage in this food plot or around the food plot, and they're going to come through it on their way to this destination food. And then there's also row crop fields on the back side of the property. So we I think we're going to have a good place here. We're going to hang some cameras. Garrett's got to get going tonight, so we're trying to get as much done with the tractor as we can. I feel like I've said that 100 times, but I'm going to come back tomorrow, hang cameras, corn, and just see if we can't get some deer, or at least know that the deer are using the property. So we've got a pretty good idea that they are. We just want that picture confirmation that they are. So I think every hunter looks for that. We both are thinking that this is going to be money. So I'm going to drive up through the road and let y'all look at what we've done. Garrett, man, he's really going all in on this property. Whenever he reached out to me and, you know, said that he wanted to be a part of this and he wanted to, you know, do some hunts together, you know, I didn't think it would amount to what it has already. I mean, it's been probably 2 weeks since we started talking, and he's already down here with his tractor, just really knocking it out. So shout out to him for this, for real. Got a little last second plot up here at the end before dark. Sun is pretty much down. The highway is just right there, and this is absolutely loaded with sign up here. So we're gonna push out one more little plot right here and probably call it for the day. Huh?
It's gonna suck when working.
Yeah, I know. When you could be down here working.
Sucks. Everybody quit. There's those. Is that good?
Yeah.
Is that all you need?
Yep.
I like the square. For
Yeah,
sure.
I like the square too.
I do too. Yeah, it's slick. I'll do that.
All right. Put it on for the viewers.
Oh, son.
He's official now.
I'm official team member. can't complain about it at all.
No. I mean, for what this was about 5 hours ago to what it is now is a big difference.
For sure. Thank goodness we got 4 food plots in, which we're going to make them a lot bigger when we get down here with a little bit more time. Those 4 food plots are almost, you know, covering the entire property too, and luckily we've made access to the entire property, or we can at least branch off of the roads and stuff that we've made today, which is a big help for next time. When we come back down here, it's going to be we're going to really turn up some ground. We're going to make the food plots even bigger. We're going to get more access, a lot easier, where we can sneak in here and, you know, do a lot of hunting. And it's going to be this is going to be a killer property. I really do believe it for what it is. For ain't been touched in 10 years. This is going to be an ideal hunting spot right here, especially for as cheap as it is. And you know, we ain't got nothing in it really yet. It's going to be it's going to work out really good, I think. So we'll see how it goes.
Man, oh man. We just thought we were just getting out of here. That is all the way into the trees. Look at what a mess. We're gonna try to push this trailer out of the trees. Bend this. I guess I gotta get on that corner or something to push it. It's not this way, but you can grab that screen. I know. I think we're probably good there. Yeah. I know. What? Yeah, part of it.
Yeah, I mean, keep it going. Don't stop either, because I don't know.
All right, well, if you want me to stop, I can't see you, so if you want me to stop,
I'll hit
blow the horn.
Yeah, I will.
All right.
As long as everything we in the home stretch now.
Man, oh man. I didn't think we were going to make it.
This is live action right here. Oh, I knew he was going to make it.
All right, we're out. We're going to get this thing strapped down and get Garrett out of here. All right, just got a mineral out, got some corn out, and we got a camera out. So I'll do some updates on this, see if we get anything back here. So I think this is pretty much going to wrap up this video. I got one other mineral site to put out. I already got the camera and corn out, but I'm gonna go get that done, and we'll see y'all on the next one.